Hello again and Happy New Year. Let me reintroduce myself to you. I'm Latanya Powers, wife, mother, musician, songwriter, entrepreneur, and business enthusiast. We're at the top of a brand new year, and I was thinking about how I can integrate more of my personal interest into Storehouse. Well, I've talked a lot about taxes, bookkeeping, and budgeting. There's so much more to business than that. So this year, I decided to try something new. There is a creative process and often a mission that goes into creating a business, and I want to tell you more about that. One of the things that I would like to do is introduce to you some of the small businesses whose products and services I use personally. Many of the businesses that I want to focus on specifically are Black owned businesses and women owned businesses. Why, you ask? Well, isn't that obvious? I'm a Black woman and I want to showcase the genius and the quality and the mission of the businesses in our community. Now, why will I single out Black business in particular? Well, one of the reasons I would like to do this is because of the role that business ownership has played in the Black community. After the emancipation in 1863 of formerly enslaved people, they were not given pensions, they were not given severance pay, and in a lot of cases, they were given no financial assistance at all. But the remarkable thing about these people is that they figured out how to monetize the skills that they had to support themselves and their families. And from that, we get what is known as Black Wall Street in Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black towns like Rosewood, Seneca Village, and others across the nation that were established for or by Black people. Towns where Black people lived and thrived in an economy that they created for themselves. These economies were built out of necessity. Because of racial prejudice, other Americans were not willing to provide health care, education, housing, transportation, groceries, or other goods and services to Black people. And those that did often defrauded them and treated them badly. So they figured out how to provide these services to each other with class and dignity. And in a short time, Black folks used business to establish wealth that rivaled the wealth of some of those who had never been enslaved. A well example of such wealth is the Walker Company, the cosmetics manufacturer incorporated by Madam C.J. Walker in 1910. And while we want to celebrate the achievements of Black business in the past, we cannot ignore the problems our ancestral entrepreneurs faced that still plague Black businesses today. Many of us are aware of the racially motivated mob attack that destroyed Greenwood in 1921. But something else happened to Black business that still happens today. You see, within 10 years of the massacre, the Black residents who survived the attacks and chose to stay had rebuilt much of the district. They did this despite political opposition using things like rezoning. But there was fallout from one other political move that none of them anticipated. And those were the ramifications of integration. Now, before you get all in a thing, hear me out. Integration should have been a good thing, and in many ways it was. But the one way that it was not is in how it affected the Black business community in this country. Separate was never equal in America, or in anywhere else in the world where apartheid was the law of the land. The facilities and tools provided to Black people were more often than not inferior to those used by whites. Now, think about how a Black child attending a school in a separate and woefully unequal school building with used textbooks that were badly damaged and provided for them. This same child has seen the neat little schoolhouse that the white children attend. Now, this is a very simplified scenario, as much goes into it. But what mindset do you think is being imperceptibly received by that child? It's the inferiority of Black. Well, in comes desegregation, and now the Black child, or adult now, has access to the schools, businesses, and other facilities which he or she perceives as better than what was previously accessible. That person, along with those who have the same mindset, patronize these organizations. And that's exactly what happened in Greenwood. Desegregation encouraged Black citizens to live and shop elsewhere. Well, to this very day, Black professionals, Black artists, Black schools, Black businesses are in a constant battle to prove that they are worthy of support, that their work, products, and services are worthy of the prices they charge. Many times the products are better and the prices are comparable to what their non Black competitors charge, but there is this perception that these products and services should be offered at a discount. Well, that's what we're going to address here. That's what we're going to do in these segments that I will call Black Business Appreciation. Now, I appreciate all businesses, so there may be some businesses that don't fit this description that I may talk about. But specifically, I do want to focus on Black business and women owned business. Now, there are those who have made it their business model to critique, or more like criticize, Black businesses. That will not be my model. They can fill that space. What I want to do is focus on the good things that I see and experience in dealing with Black businesses and their owners. And if I have a problem with that business or a service, I will address it in the way that I would like someone to address a problem that they have in my business, privately and directly to me. I will also address praise in the same way that I would like someone to address praise for my business, publicly and enthusiastically. That way, problems can be fixed without overexposure, and positive recommendations can be made to help support and grow these businesses. That's my focus with these segments. So we'll continue our talks about taxes and budgeting and other business related topics, but we will also introduce to you some of the fabulous businesses across our country. Join me in this new venture. We'll see you soon.